on the worksheet that you received on Thursday or Friday. I will work through the odd number problems, and then hopefully you can use those to help you complete any that you haven't on the evens. So on the working backwards and composite figures, working backwards side, number 1, the length of a rectangle is 12 centimeters and the area is 96 centimeters squared. What is the width? So first of all, I notice that it's a rectangle, and I'm given 12 centimeters as the length, and the area is 96. So I know area is 96, I know the length is 12, and because it's a rectangle, the area formula is either base times height or length times width. Either way is fine. Since this one says length is 12 centimeters, I'm going to put substitute the 12 in for the L and then 96 in for the A. So 96 equals 12W. Divide by 12. 96 divided by 12 is 8. And the question is, what is the width? So the width is 8, and I see the labels here are in centimeters. The width is 8 centimeters. Right. Number 3, find the side length of a square whose area is 16 feet squared. So I see that it's a square, and I have a area is 16. So the 16 is the area. That gives me the A value. So in a square, we looked at our reference sheet, area of a square is one side squared. You could do length times width, but since the sides are the same length, it ends up being side times side. So if the area is 16, put the 16 in for A, and then the opposite of squaring S is to do the square root. So I need to do the square root of 16 to figure out S. And square root of 16 is 4. So my side length is 4, and I see the label is feet. Number 5, find the height of a triangle if the base is 10 meters and the area is 25 meters squared. So I see that it's a triangle. The 10 is the base, so B equals 10. Area is 25. A equals 25. So triangle area is 1/2 base times height. So I know that A is 25, B is 10, and I don't know H. So in this case, because 10 is easily divisible by 2, half of 10 gives me 5H, and then divide by 5, and H equals 5, look at the labels, 5 meters. Find the height, we have H equals 5 meters. Right, number 7. Find the height of a trapezoid if the sum of the bases is 15 inches and the area is 90 inches squared. So I see that it's a trapezoid. And here it's not the base is, so it's not the base is 15, it's the sum of the bases is 15. So sum means addition, so this is taking base 1 plus base 2 is giving 15. And finally 90 is the area, So the A equals 90. So I look for area formula for a trapezoid. That's 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. So I know that area is 90, 1/2, base 1 plus base 2. I don't know each one individually, but because I know the two of those added together is 15, I can substitute 15 in for both of those variables. So base 1 plus base 2 is 15. Maybe it's 5 plus 10, maybe it's 7 plus 8. I don't know, but because the formula uses the sum, I can just replace both of them with 15. So now half of 15, 7.5, could do that, or we could just multiply by 2. So opposite of multiplying by 1/2 is to multiply by 2. So 2 times 90 is 180. And that crosses out the 1/2. And then divide by 15, 180 divided by 15 is 12. Look at the label, inches. Find the height of the trapezoid. The height is 12 inches. If we take 90 divided by 7.5, that would also give you 12. And the last one on this side, if one of the diagonals of a kite is 14 inches and the area is 112 inches squared, what is the length of the other diagonal? So I see that it's a kite, and I have one diagonal is 14, so that's one of the diagonals is 14, and the area is 112. What is the length of the other diagonal? So, in a kite, the area formula is 1/2 times diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. I know the area is 112. 1/2 diagonal 1, or one of the diagonals, is 14. Doesn't really matter which one. One of them is 14. The other one we're trying to find. Half of 14, I can do that. 14 divided by 2 is 7. And then divide by 7. And 112 divided by 7 is 16. And the label is inches. So the other diagonal is 16 inches. So I hope that will help you in completing any that you haven't already done on the working backwards side.